Okay, hi everyone. This is going to be an overview of the syllabus, what we're getting into for the course. So we'll take maybe 10, 15 minutes here to go through the syllabus and the associated materials with it. So my name is Keith Donley. I'm a professor here at campus. Here's my email. That's where I'm located. If you want to see my office and come in person during office hours, that's great. If you want to meet through email, I can answer questions through email, or if you want to meet like live during office hours, that's fine as well. Here's an overview of the course. We're going to be learning about financial accounting. The textbook is there. It's optional. If you want to buy it, that's great. If you don't, I provide you everything you need. The course itself is out of 1,000 points, right? So you're going to have 10 homeworks, a Cpa interview assignment, and then 3 exams. Wherever you land out of 1,000 points, that's your final grade. So if you get 850 points, that's an 85. If you get 923, that's a 92.3, right? It's as simple as that. Wherever you land is your grade. So essentially how this class will work, we'll do 4 chapters, an exam, like a review that week, and an exam where I'll do like a recorded review, 4 chapters, a review and an exam, 3 chapters, and then you'll have the final exam during final exam week. Cpa interview assignments due over here, and then every week how it will work, there'll be 2 videos you'll watch. So let me bring over the Blackboard course here real quick. So if you look in here, right, here's the syllabus, here's chapter 1 materials, the first test. You're going to have every week a PowerPoint, class notes. You can fill these out by hand if you want to print them out. You can fill them out on your computer. There's going to be in-class problems we do together, and then optional problems that you can work through yourself. Solutions are in there. So the PowerPoint and the in-class video and the class notes, those correspond to these videos, right? Like here's a video on the PowerPoint. So you would go through, open up your class notes and fill that out as you watch the video. Then here's a video on the problems, the in-class problems. So you would open up this Excel document and you could work through it together. I will then put the homework in Blackboard in here that you can do it in here. It'll be multiple choice problems. If you get stuck on the homework, I would encourage you to look at the optional multiple choice questions. A lot of times I'll use similar type questions, but I'll change the names, I'll change the numbers on it. So going through here, homework opens on Monday each week. It closes at Sunday. It's based on accuracy. In other words, it's not just if you submit it, you get the points on it. You'll get 2 attempts on it. There's unlimited time. It's open book. It's open notes. But whatever your highest score is what counts, right? So if you get 15 out of 20 on the first, and then you get 17 out of 20 on the second, the 17 out of 20 is going to be what counts. Now, I don't give any extensions on the homework. Please don't email me asking for an extension. To account for this, right, I will drop your lowest homework. So if you email me asking, can I get an extension? I'll politely say, no, I can't do that. The syllabus doesn't allow for that. However, if you're having an issue or something that week, just use your drop on the homework. That's why I build that in there. Cpa interview assignment, you can read through the more detailed instructions in Blackboard, but you're going to have to go find a CPA, interview them, transcribe the interview, and then write a little reflection on it. I don't have a list of CPAs. Part of this assignment is for you to independently find one, like networking. So if you ask me, if you email me, do I know any CPAs? I will politely say, no, I don't, but here are some resources you could use. So for example, you could ask a family member, you could ask a friend, you could go on LinkedIn, You could contact the PI CPA. You could contact the AI CPA. A variety of CPAs out there. Just ask them politely, hey, do you have 15 minutes for an interview, right? You can do it over the phone. You could do it in person. This is meant to show you how what we're learning in class is done in the real world. Now the exams, right, you're going to be 40 multiple choice questions. You'll have 100 minutes on them. They are closed book and closed notes. They're going to be based on the highest grade in the course. There'll be a curve for that. So if the highest person scores 200 on the exam, right, out of 225, what I'm going to do is add 25 to their score and then 25 to everybody else's scores. So what this means is you're not going to immediately see your grade in Blackboard. I need time for everyone to finish so I can see who has the highest score. The day after the exam window closes, I will enter your scores in Blackboard. And the score you see in Blackboard is your final grade, and it incorporates that curve. So the score you see in Blackboard is your final grade, and it adds that, in the example we used, the 25 points to it already. It's already included in there. Exam procedure, right? So you're going to have a 24-hour window within which to start the exam. So if you enroll in this class, you agree that you're available on these 3 days to take the exam. It's only a 24, even though the class is generally asynchronous, this is a 24-hour window. I think that's reasonable, right? I'm asking you like 3 times throughout the whole semester, can you be available over a 24-hour period? I think that's like very reasonable to do. Once you open the exam, the timer is going to start. If you exit the exam, it's going to keep running. So make sure you have good internet connection, working internet computer. That's a condition to this course. Once the timer ends, the exam's automatically going to submit. Likewise, the questions, they're going to appear one at a time, and you have to answer them. Once the question appears, you have to answer it at that point in time. Thereafter, you can't go back to questions. Now, I know, like I said, this is a little bit strenuous of a testing condition, but all of this is factored into the curve, right? The idea is everybody's subject to these same conditions and constraints. So that will be built into the idea of the curve. You can review the exams during office hours the week after we have the exam. Thereafter, you can't review them. I'm not going to publicly disclose the exam for obvious reasons. No makeup exams. If you miss it, you're going to receive a 0. Last part here, final grade policy. This just says, hey, I don't drop your that homework drop until the very end. Let's just keep things simple. Use your total points over 1,000 to determine what your final grade will be. Don't rely on that percentage in Blackboard. Likewise, wherever you land with that. So this is going over what we're going to learn about in the class. You're expected to read this on your own time, so things like attendance. Make sure you're doing the homework each week. Make sure that you're being responsible and adult. One thing I do want to say here is one thing I don't tolerate is cheating. So the exams are monitored through Blackboard. It will flag and send me a message if you are going on external websites or things like that. If you cheat on the exam, I will prosecute you to the fullest extent allowed by the campus. So, I have had at my other university students who have gotten unenrolled and kicked out of the campus because of cheating. So when you take the exams, the only thing you're allowed to have on you is like a pencil, a calculator, a simple calculator in the exam, the actual exam itself. You're not allowed to go on external websites. Anything you do, like I said, it will be flagged and sent to me. I say up front, I just don't want people to get jammed up because they made a mistake or they're trying to take a shortcut. But with cheating, like I said, that's one thing I don't play around with. So please, just take this like seriously with cheating. I will, enforce that to the fullest extent I'm allowed. So these things, you can read through them, add, withdraw, make sure you do that appropriately. If you have a disability, I'm happy to provide a reasonable accommodation. However, I don't know what I don't know. So in other words, you have to go through the formal process of doing this. If you need more time on an exam or something and you just email me that, I'm going to politely say, no, I can't do that. You need to go through the disability office where they would then send me a letter where we could work on that. So again, if you have a disability, happy to provide a reasonable accommodation, but you just have to follow through on your part to achieve that reasonable accommodation. Other items here, like I said, you can read through this. The last little part here, this just says, hey, we've gone over this syllabus. You're responsible for reading it in detail. If you continue to remain in this class, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions. It's like an implicit consent. So, like I said, I'm excited for a semester here with you guys. I know online, sometimes it can be a little bit different experience than in person. There's good and bad with it. So if you need anything, feel free to email me. I'm always happy to respond to emails. One thing I would say is, first, if you email me, could you please just indicate which section you're in. I do teach like 6 courses, so it's hard to keep students straight. So say like, hi, my name's Jane Doe. I'm in accounting Z04 online. That would be helpful. And then likewise, be reasonable with your expectations for responses to emails. So I usually say like a 24-hour window is like a reasonable response. The weekends, technically, I'm off contract on the weekends. I will respond to emails. I do check my email. One thing is, if you email me at like 11:50 on Sunday at midnight before the homework's due, I'm going to be in bed sleeping. So again, just be cognizant. I'm happy to work with you, but we have to be reasonable on both sides for our expectations. So I'm going to end here. Like I said, everything should be in Blackboard teed up for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out and we'll go from there. So thanks everyone. Looking forward to a great semester here.